Today I felt inspired to make a very popular Ugandan delicacy known as chicken Luwombo. This by no means am I saying is the authentic recipe for this dish. What gave me the confidence to even attempt it? Well, apart from the fact that it looked temptingly delicious, is the fact that East African foods, that is Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, don't vary much when it comes to their flavors. But the mode of execution, well, that's a whole different story, like you'll see in the video. So let me show you how I went about making this royal dish. And so these are the ingredients for the sauce. Please check the description box down below for a complete list of all the ingredients. I'll provide the recipe for this groundnut sauce in a consecutive video. And so I started by cooking the onion in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil for 5 minutes until they started turning brown at the edges. And then I added my ginger and garlic, cooked them for 2 minutes. When they started browning, I added my tomatoes, stirred them around to mix everything up together, and then added my 2 beef cubes, and a teaspoon of curry powder. Mixed everything together properly, and then covered and left to simmer for about 5 minutes for the tomatoes to soften and release their juices. At this point, it's when I added my groundnut sauce and my Mchuzi mix, and this had the effect of thickening up my sauce. And then I came and added my dhania and hoho, mixed everything around, and my sauce was at the perfect consistency, thick enough to not fall off from the chicken when applied. The next step was to work on my chicken. It was 1.5 kgs, and I started by roasting it slightly on my charcoal jiko so that it could acquire the smoky aspect and also brown. This was going to contribute in intensifying the flavors. And so now I assembled the dish by first laying down the banana leaves, and let me tell you, making these leaves for me was not easy, seeing that it was my first time attempting to do this. I think I even used up a whole banana plantation. And then I laid my chicken in the center, and I also tied up the chicken legs because this was my first time making this. I didn't want to deal with chicken legs flapping all over. And then I applied the sauce outside and also stuffed it inside, and then started my other task of trying to tie up the banana leaves. I did it, redid it again, redid it again until I was satisfied, and then used the banana fiber to tie it tightly so that the sauce wouldn't pour. And guys, I was so proud of myself after all that. I just had to demonstrate to you that nothing was pouring out. I was so proud of myself. I was very excited. To create the steam effect, I took the wire rack from my microwave, placed it at the bottom of the sufuria, and added just enough water to reach the top of the wire rack, and then placed my chicken parcel on the wire rack, and finally placed my sufuria on the jiko and covered it with another sufuria. Now I cooked this for about an hour, and in between I added some more water just so that the water wouldn't all evaporate and burn my sufuria. And finally the moment of truth was upon me. I was so nervous. I was like, has the sauce poured? Is it leaking? So I first started by folding the edges so that the sauce wouldn't splatter and pour out once I uncovered the luwombo. And then once I pulled off that flap, the smell, let me tell you people, the aroma was, I can't even describe it. I totally loved it. And that's when I believed that for real, this was a dish fit for the royal. And so I wanted to demonstrate to you how juicy and tender the chicken luwombo turned out to be. I even didn't need the knife. I just used it for aesthetics so that the dish would look presentable, but it really wasn't necessary to use the knife. And then I served this chicken luwombo with matoke that I steamed in banana leaves. I was really sticking to the Ugandan theme. I'll share this recipe with you later in another video. And I also served groundnut sauce. There was no letting up on the Ugandan cuisine that day. And then I took my sauce from the chicken luwombo and poured it on top of the matoke. I really enjoyed this dish, and what I would do differently next time is I'm going to use the roadrunner chicken because it packs more flavor than the broiler chicken. But apart from all that, I really enjoyed the dish. So please rate this video, subscribe and share it with your friends. Till next time, join me on Jikoni Magic. Goodbye.